The Blizzard of '96. In January of 1996, a historic blizzard buried the small town of Hollow Creek under nearly 4 feet of snow. Roads vanished. Power lines snapped. The world outside every window turned into a white, endless void. 16-year-old Mark Adler was home alone when the storm hit. His parents had driven into town for groceries before the weather worsened. The radio warned them not to go, but they said they'd be quick. They never came back. By nightfall, the phone lines were dead. The electricity cut out with a loud pop, plunging the house into darkness. Mark lit candles and wrapped himself in blankets, listening to the wind howl against the walls like something trying to get in. Hours passed. The silence between gusts felt heavy. Wrong. Around midnight, Mark heard a knock. 3 slow taps on the front door. He froze. No one could have walked through that storm. The snowdrifts were already taller than the porch railing. He told himself it was just ice shifting, the house settling. Then came the second knock. Louder, more deliberate. Mark grabbed a flashlight and crept to the door. His hand trembled as he turned the knob and pulled it open just a crack. Nothing. No footprints. No people. Just a wall of swirling snow and blackness. He shut the door and locked it, his heart pounding. As he turned away, he heard something that made his blood run cold. Breathing, not outside the house. Behind him. He spun around, sweeping the flashlight beam across the living room. Nothing there, just shadows dancing on the walls. The light flickered once, then died. Mark rushed back to his room and slammed the door shut, shoving his dresser in front of it. He tried calling his parents again. No signal. That's when he heard footsteps. Slow, wet, coming down the hallway. They stopped outside his door. A voice whispered through the crack, "Mark, you shouldn't be alone in the storm." His stomach dropped. It sounded like his mother. "Mom," he whispered. The voice giggled. The footsteps retreated, then moved toward the back door. A moment later, he heard it creak open. Mark stayed awake all night, gripping a kitchen knife, listening to the storm rage and the house groan. Every now and then, he swore he heard something scratching at the walls, or calling his name from the vents. Morning came, but the light outside looked wrong, dim and gray, like the world had been drained of color. Mark opened his bedroom door. The back door was wide open. Snow had blown inside, leaving wet footprints across the kitchen floor. They led to the front door, which stood open. Against every instinct, Mark followed the tracks onto the porch. The storm had finally stopped. The town was silent, buried. The footprints led away from the house, into the endless white. They didn't look human anymore. Too long, too narrow, like something dragging itself across the snow. Mark followed them down the road, calling out for his parents. The further he walked, the quieter the world became. No wind, no birds, no sound at all. Then he saw them. 2 shapes standing in the middle of the road. They looked like his parents, but their faces were pale and cracked, like ice. Their eyes were black holes. Their mouths hung open in frozen screams. They spoke at the same time. "Come home, Mark." He turned to run, and found the town gone. Just endless snow in every direction. Something grabbed his ankle, cold, burning. He screamed as it dragged him into the white. The next day, rescuers finally reached Hollow Creek. They found the Adler house half buried, the front and back doors wide open. Candles melted into puddles. They found Mark's footprints leading away from the house, into the blizzard. They ended at a single snowdrift. Mark was never found. His parents' car was discovered weeks later, crashed into a ravine miles outside town. Both of them frozen inside. And to this day, during heavy snowstorms in Hollow Creek, people report hearing knocks on their doors late at night. 3 slow taps, and a voice whispering their name from the cold. If you like this kind of content, give a like to this videos and follow our page. I see you in the next story.